That's all they do.
How you know there, Brett? You down to sleep? BTS?
Welcome to Game Day Battle, where Cleveland sports news meets biased and outspoken opinion. Full Game Day crew tonight, and that's awesome. We've got to give some applause for that finally. Bad bugs going around, so I'm blaming Brett on everything.
Yeah, you're next. Watch out.
Yeah.
Not me.
Watch out.
So anyway, DST,
How you doing?
sporting the Cleveland shirt like that. The DJ Felix in the house,
Yeah. In the building.
in the building. Brett Finnegan back, half alive,
Yeah,
managing.
I'm back.
You're back.
I'm still a little nasally, but I'm back.
Oh, that's great. We'll just
Damn Ohio weather.
That's
gonna get
typical
you out of it.
Cleveland.
It is, it really is. So, speaking of Cleveland, the Browns season isn't really starting yet, but it is for us. So, free agency's coming up. Also, I want to talk in the NFL about the bounties. This has been...
Big story.
Yeah, big story. Something that's actually been a story for a while, but sort of under the current. But now, it's an official investigation. Things are happening. And I think that there's a lot of room for different opinions on this. So, back to the Buckeye State. The team.
That's right.
The
Big
basketball
Ten
team.
champions.
Yeah. I don't know how it happened.
I don't know either.
I thought we were mathematically, there you go, mathematically out of it.
Yeah.
But somehow we fought our way back and won a big game against Michigan State. I think we were in Michigan State, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's pretty big, and I think there's probably not a whole lot to talk about with the tournament, but at least I want to look at the Buckeyes, where they're at, and maybe our chances advancing here. So anyway, I say we get started with the NFL. All right, so trading deadline is, free agency, begins 13th. Is that right, Dale?
Correct.
Okay, so we've got a number of needs, and we're going to address some of them with a few good picks potentially in the draft. But we, of course, are going to need some veteran help. So, Dale, I know you were looking at a lot of the possibilities. So why don't you just kind of fill us in on a few guys that are out there that we might want to look at?
There were a lot of big names floating around. A lot of those guys were tagged last minute. As you know, today the 5th was the last chance for teams to franchise players before they hit the open market, and we saw a lot of big names go. Drew Brees went, Dwayne Bowe staying put. Arian Foster, I think, signed a big deal today. Steve Johnson out in Buffalo signed a big extension. So a lot of those names that a lot of people were hoping on, the reality is setting in. Guys aren't, teams aren't going to let those higher caliber players just walk off their team. But there's still a lot of big names out there, guys. Quarterback position, the names that jump out at me, Matt Flynn, of course, Kyle Orton. Alex Smith still hasn't worked out a deal with San Francisco. Not saying that, he's elite, but definitely a big name to be out there. Running back, Cedric Benson, Michael Bush, Benjarvis Green-Ellis, Tim Hightower is out there. And, of course, Peyton Hillis. Turns out he's going to be a free agent. The Browns chose to franchise the one and only Phil Dawson, our Hall of Famer.
Yep.
So it wasn't much room to be paying Peyton Hillis $9+ million. So I think they definitely made the right choice there. Big name wideouts still out there: Colston, Vincent Jackson, Brandon Lloyd, Mario Manningham, Laurent Robinson, Plexico Burris is out there.
Is there anything that you what you just mentioned, a guy that you think would be the prize for us?
I'm glad you asked, Mike, because I have a recipe for success
Let's
for
hear
the
it.
Cleveland Browns, and I guarantee you that this will take us to the playoffs. Let me get my pot out here. Boom. I'm gonna add a couple things to this pot, Ramona. Maybe you could help me out too. First, I wanna add a little Matt Flynn, of course. I think this guy is the real deal. Let's put a little Matt Flynn in there. We said last week, I don't see the Browns jumping up to take RG3. I'd rather see us taking a proven guy. We all know Holmgren has those ties to Green Bay.
Yep.
I think it would be very easy for him to, not make a deal for him because he's a free agent, but at least get the dibs in there to be one of the first guys that goes in and talks to him. I think this guy is a real deal. I think some QB competition would be good for Colt McCoy to either, put it all out there and show us what you got, or we got the next guy ready to go come week 6 if we're not seeing what we like.
Well, and just to sort of support what you're saying, not only are there the ties, but also Flynn is not a starting quarterback that's proven himself in the NFL. Therefore, we could probably afford him. He doesn't have like the entire league looking for him, and obviously everybody's looking at Peyton at this point.
And of course, he only had that one good game.
Right.
I mean, it was beyond a good game. It was an amazing game. 440 yards and 6 touchdowns. Guys like Favre and Rodgers haven't done that. Was week 16 or week 17, I believe. But the Lions, who they played, were still hunting for a playoff spot. So it's not like they were just playing flubs. You know what I'm saying? He looked good out there in the pocket and everything. Next, I want to chop up a little Michael Bush, free agent from Oakland. They got 2 guys, Darren McFadden out there and Michael Bush. Be nice for them to keep both of those guys and have a killer tandem, but I think Michael Bush has proven that he is a #1 guy and that he can carry the load, 25, 30 carries a game. And he's a bruiser, but he's got that 5th gear that he can turn it into on you. And that's what we need here in the AFC North, a guy that'll ground and pound, but he can turn it on for you. Also, I don't want to get caught up in any of these big-name wideouts like Colston and Burris and those guys. I think a guy named Laurent Robinson, who you guys saw tear it up for Dallas this year as their 3rd-string wide receiver. Now, they're committed to Miles Austin and Des Bryant. It's tough to have that 3rd guy and still fit in the mix. That's what the Giants that they're running into with Mario Manningham right now, another big-name free agent who's hitting the market. So, Flynn, Bush, Robinson, instant offense for the Cleveland Browns right there, And I think that would actually help Josh Cribbs take that next step as a wide receiver. He was clearly the best target that we went to last year. I think he had 5 or 6 touchdowns. He's got the speed. He just needs another guy to take some pressure off him. I think that Cribbs would shine with a guy like Laurent Robinson on the other side.
Well, yeah, and Cribbs is not a guy to shake 2 or 3 defenders, but he's probably a guy that can outrun single
if he
coverage.
gets loose,
yeah, absolutely.
gone.
Well, and you had the same idea that I had, sort of building a team this year through the draft, and you mentioned guys that we can afford, and that's why, not that Brendan Lloyd is stir that up.
Go ahead, man. I'm just getting it ready.
It's smelling kind of good.
Yeah.
But Brandon Lloyd is not a little name, but he's a big name that I think that we could actually afford. I think the same thing with Flynn. It's nice that it's not some grizzled veteran that's been out there forever that may break his leg 2 games into the season. It's a young guy that hasn't proven himself, so he's going to be cheap. He's not going to be as cheap as a typical 2nd-string quarterback would be that's never really showed himself. He did a game, but it's a game.
Right.
I really think that is probably the way we're going to go, not only because of everything I just mentioned, but also because that frees up our 2 draft picks we don't have to worry about RG3, and now we get to focus on that receiver.
A real guy at number 4.
Yep.
Here, guys, you need to have some of what I made. This tastes good right here. Let me pass that down. There you go. Try some of that. Instant offense.
Well, it's steaming.
It is.
Is it a steaming
it's
stew
steaming.
or a pile of...
That's
I don't think my dog would even eat this.
I just made a mess all over me. Damn it.
You spilled that Bush juice all over you.
Game Day Battle is brought to you by Bamboozle's Restaurant and Lounge in Parma. They have the best drink specials anywhere. Seriously, buy one, get one free drinks. How often do you hear of it? You don't. They do it twice a week. Billy's mom makes the pasta sauce all the time, and the burgers, you simply won't find a better one. Check them out, bamboozles.com. Again, bamboozles.com. When you go there, tell them GDB sent you.
If you had to pick one of the guys that he mentioned, I mentioned, what would be your one guy you want to just latch onto and just roll with?
Or someone we haven't mentioned.
Or, yeah.
Well, I don't know if this city needs more quarterback controversy.
No, we need a quarterback.
Yeah, but, it's every year, them battling all the time, and, and you get tired of it. I'm pretty sure they watch Sports Center or Game Day battle like everybody else does, but...
Oh, they watch Game Day. They watch Game Day.
Hell yeah, they do.
But, you get tired of hearing, more quarterback controversy, this and that. And, who's going to start this week? They're calling for everybody's head,
Yep.
We just need one guy to go out there and just, play the game. And, Colt McCoy, we're finally going to give him a chance. Just one more year in this crazy offense, that we call the West Coast. And I think right now what we're lacking is targets on the ground and in the air. You know what I'm saying? We definitely need a running back. Hillis was hurt most of the year. So, Bush, that'd be a crazy pickup if we could pick him up. That'd just be insane. or any of the guys Dale mentioned. Just get anybody who's already have games under their belt. That way we ain't out there with no rookie or nothing like that, waiting on somebody to develop. These are guys who are already developed, and the wideouts, man. For us to get that big name, we gotta. We're gonna have to be giving up some dough, man, because if you want a Vincent Jackson like you got on your paper right there, man, you're gonna be picking up some cash.
Well, Brett, do you have a golden name for us, or you picking out of the pot?
I really don't see us, picking up Hillis again. I think it's Browns, and I think they're just going to wash their hands with Hillis, especially after he fired his fourth agent, and I think he's just a little screwed up, a little mentally. I really like to see us go out and get a veteran wide receiver, someone that's that been around the league a couple of years. Show these like Greg Little and Jordan Norwood, these guys, show them a little bit, like help them out, throughout the season. I really can't blame the quarterback because we were number one in the NFL in dropped passes, so those passes were there. Those receivers just dropped them. I mean, it's just, the ball's getting there. I just think we're going to start all over again don't get me wrong, Matt Flynn, if we pick him up, yeah, let's pick him up. I mean, it'll be great to see those two in, and we'll give Colt McCoy that kind of pressure to stand up, step up a little bit, I just really I want to see take Trent Richardson in the draft, or Michael Bush, however they want to go. I think one of those two players would be top notch in a running game, especially if we keep Aguinaya. I think he showed out pretty well for us last year, and we really need to work on that wide receiving corp. I think veterans is the way to go.
Well, and at running back, you mentioned Hillis and how he's kind of a mess. There's actually been reports now that he, during the season last year, was entertaining the idea of becoming, I think, a CIA agent or some crap like that. I mean, what is that? Was that just like a
is that down home Arkansas thinking there?
Yeah. Just gonna walk into the CIA and be like, "Where do I sign up here?"
I'm Peyton Hillis. I was the cover of Madden. Can I be a CIA agent?
Yeah, that's about it. So the guy mentally may not be there.
Can I be a CIA agent?
Yeah. Kia, I think, right?
Kia? No, I don't. There's something definitely mentally wrong there. I don't know what. Maybe it was the Madden curse and that really got to him, or what. But then the injuries, and then the agent. It's that whole. I would love to just call it year wash, but
only in Cleveland will you see something like that.